welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormock and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at the end of Celebration. I know it's finished now, but a lot of you bought The Wonderful World, which was the stamp set and the papers. So I thought we'd do something with the scraps and pieces we've probably got left over, or the sheets we've got left over. And however, you can use anything you like, you really can. So what we're going to do is we're going to make probably one of the oldest. I've been doing a way back when series of old stamp sets, and this is probably one of the oldest way back when folds. But I'm aware that quite a few of you are newer stampers and may not have seen some of these. So this is an explosion fold. But it's so simple yet very effective, and just uses up some pieces of, or a sheet of designer series paper. Now you can do this with whatever you want. So let me show you some measurements of my sizes. Now this is UK, so it's going to be different. So our card base is this measurement round here is 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 and 7/8. So it's 5 and 7/8 along here by 4 and 1/8. So I do this, it's not quite exactly a quarter, but it's fine for me. So this piece measures 5.5 by 3 3/4. And that's going to go in on here. So whatever card base you're using, you measure 1/4 inch smaller or thereabouts. Now this piece I'm doing 1/2 inch smaller. So for me, that is going to be 4 3/4 by 3 inches. And that will then just sit in here. So that's going to be the piece on the front. And then the pieces inside, you will need a piece, and this for me is 5 3/4 square. You need a square piece of paper. You need to make sure that it doesn't go proud outside of your card. So 5 3/4 or 6 inches is probably about right. If you've got really small paper, you might have to go to 5.5. And then you need 2 pieces. So for me, my 2 pieces are 2.5 inches square, because then they will go where I want here and give a little bit of a border. So those are the pieces we need. So let's start with folding this. We are going to fold it, and if you see whatever the direction is, now this direction the flowers are going up that way, but some of them are hanging down as well, so we have a little bit of leeway with it. You are going to fold it in half this way, and try and get it as near to your edges as you can. It's not, you know, if you're a little bit out, you're a little bit out, you know, don't worry yourself too much about it. And then, as I say, you can do it with a bone folder, or you can just do it with your fingers. Designer series paper, you have to be a little bit more careful of, depending on the strength of it, because you can tear it a little bit if so. Okay, so we folded it in half that way and in half that way, and then we're going to fold it one way diagonally, one diagonal to the other. So take it to that point, fold it to the diagonal, and again I'm just using my finger, but you can use a bone folder if you want to. Okay, now if you take this piece here, and where your fold is, you just fold it in, you'll see it automatically wants to fold along those crease lines. It's a fairly standard sort of fold, so along that crease line you're folding it in, and it will come through to this square shape, and then you're just going to literally give it a bit of a press down in on here. You can open these sides up and make sure that they're folded nicely down, and that is then your opening fold. Okay, so you can have it facing this way so that those pieces come, or if you want it the other way, you literally just do it the other way and fold it back in. So I want it the other way, so all I'm doing is taking my pieces and folding those in. So just to show you that you can do it whichever way you want. So I'm just going to take this one in and fold it that way. So I want this to come up this way, don't I? So that comes in that way. That comes in that way. Fold those together and put it down that way. And then I've got it so that my paper is on the inside. So depending how you fold it, it will come in whichever way you want, and I want it to come in that way. So that's fine for me. And I can have it that way so my flowers are growing upwards. Okay, so now we need to do our 2 squares, and we need to just add a bit of decoration. Now we're going to do these on the diagonal, because if you look, the paper is going to be in the card this way round. So when you open it up, that needs to be square. So we need to put it on the diagonal, otherwise it'll be, the words will be coming this way, if you see what I mean. So we're using the Wonderful World, and we're using the rose with it. So I'm just going to put that in on there. And I'm using Rich Raspberry and Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to do the Rich Raspberry first. And I'm going to have one where it is down at the bottom. And the other one is going to be nearer to the top. And while I'm at it, I'm going to do the card front at the front as well. So the piece at the front, all I'm doing on this is, let's move those to one side. I'm just going to put one flower one side and one flower the other side, just like that. Okay, so that's that one. Just need to put this one back in. It's just slid itself out, but that's fine, it will go back in. These are older. In fact, this is an actual linen one. I've had this one years and years and years, because the one good thing is you don't have to actually get yourself new stamp sets each time, or pads. Your ink pads will last you forever. Right, put that out of the way for now, and I'll sort it later on. And then we're taking this little leaf, and it's from the same set. So this is the Wonderful World, which is a free one. You can't get it anymore, but it's the flower and the leaf. And I'm using this one purely because I know that a lot of people bought it during celebration. It was one of the most popular ones, that and the hippos. But I know that, you know, you can use any other florals you want. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to take the little leaf to just add a little bit of interest. And that's going to go all the way round the edge of these ones. So literally, doesn't have to be precise. You're just giving a little bit of detail to give a little bit of colour, something a little bit different, just round the edge, like that. So that's one. We'll do the other one. And again, you can do as many or as few as you want. It's entirely up to you. That's that one. And then this one in the corner. And then I'm just going to do a couple, maybe 3. One up on the side, one in the corner. So you spend a little bit more time than me, but I'm just doing this quite quickly for you so you can get the idea. So that's those 2 pieces, and you can see how quickly it sort of comes together, and it's not a complicated thing either. So let's put this one back. We then need to add some sentiments to just sort of bring it to life, and I'm using black because black will give that real sort of pop of colour. So I'm using for the centre of the main card from a grandkid, because I really like this. So smart, so fun, so sweet and so wonderful. That can go to anybody. You know, you can send that to a friend. I send a lot of friends cards. You know, send it to a friend just as a showing support, you know, so smart, so fun, so sweet and so wonderful. Nice sort of encouragement type one. And this is going to go just slap bang in the centre like that. So that's that one. And then we are choosing the other ones. I'm using Artistically Inked, and I've got the Best Wishes and the Hello, because I thought that that would be quite fun. So as I say, you can put whatever you want really inside, but for me that will work perfectly. So let's put these up how we wanted them. We wanted this coming in at the bottom, that coming in at the top. So the words on this one, we're going to have the hello at the bottom like this. So that's going to be my hello, like that. Oh, got a halo. Oh, it's not like me. That's because I was doing it up in the air. I just gave it a little bit too much ink. You can put a little jewel or something in there, but occasionally we get little halos and boo-boos, and it doesn't really matter that much. So I'm just going to clean that off, and let's make sure we don't get it on this one. So this is Best Wishes. So I'm just going to pop that on there, tap it on that without doing too much, and that's going to come up in on here. So hello, Best Wishes. That's quite nice. And by doing it that way, you've got the flower at one part, and you've got the words together, and you've got the flowers at the opposite ends, exactly the same as we're doing on there. So it's a little bit of balance. Okay, so where we've got our fold with this together, when we open it out, we want to put it diagonally. So the pieces that have the folds will go at the side, and these pieces are going to go literally just at the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to need to make sure you've got reasonable amounts of glue around your edges, because those are the pieces that are going to be, that need to be stuck down really well, and you don't want them to lift up. So this one is going to go here, and we can put that in, so we've got a nice space round, and then we'll have the Best Wishes at the bottom. And again, there's a bit of room on the top round there where you can add some words, you know, your own little message. You can always put it on the back if you don't want to put it on the inside. But that goes like that. Okay, then we'll fold it up again, and if we go inside the card, we are going to line it up as equally as we can in the centre. So what I do is I'm going to put the glue on the back first, because that's the easiest part. So again, quite a reasonable amount of glue with this, because I want it to come right up to the edges and make sure that it's stuck well. Okay, so you can always turn it round, make sure that it's facing the right way again. Yes, it is. And then we put it in diagonally. So we want this piece to go up to that seam, which is there, and the other piece to go near to the bottom. So it comes up like that. Put the other piece down and give it a good old press. Turn it up the other way, give it a good press, and then you'll find that that has now stuck in nicely at the bottom. So then close it up, and we're going to put the glue in on the top of here. And again, making sure you pay attention to your corners and your edges, because those are the pieces you don't want to lift, because you know the recipient is going to open it a few times and you know, look at it, work out the mechanism and go like, oh, that's quite fun, that's quite clever. So you know, you need it to be secured well so that it's not going to come out. So we'll put this one down and give that a good old press. Put my glue back in for a minute. Turn it over again and give it a press. Okay, so we now have open, shut, open, shut, open, shut really easily. Okay, so we now just need to finish this off. So we're just going to have the sentiment on here. And that's what I said, it's a really easy, simple design to do. Looks quite impressive for people who aren't card makers. If you're a card maker, as I say, you've probably done this before, but again, I've got lots of newer crafters that maybe don't know about some of these things that we were doing, you know, many years ago. So that's going to go in on here. And the reason that I do that is that if by any chance I happen to have glued the inside piece in upside down, wrong way round, I could always turn my card the other way round and it would still be okay. So, and you know, it's easy sometimes to get things the wrong way round, but by doing it this way, you know that you've got everything the right way round. That's going to go really simply on there. So it's a very simple front of the card, because I don't think you need anything too busy on the front, because the front is just, you know, whatever you want on there, but fairly plain, because the inside is doing everything you want. Okay, and as I say, you can make it as fancy as you want. This is just an easy way of showing you how to do it. So, lovely card, using bits and pieces that we've already got, and it's called a simple explosion card, because it goes, I suppose it's a bit like an explosion. I think it's just a fun fold inside. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well, please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.